Hi, today I'm going to talk about my experience in university. So, I've always known I wanted to study medicine, ever since I was little, because I always had an interest for the human body and how things work and how the human body works. So, I always known I wanted this career path. But when I truly knew I wanted to study in a university was when I won this little contest in high school, on my group in high school, or that only the people with the best grades could attend on a school trip and visit the university. So I did have good grades, I won the test, and we visited the university. When we got there, we met some students, they introduced themselves to us, they started showing us around, they gave us a tour of the buildings, of the classrooms, and they started explaining how things work, how you were supposed to study, how doctors treat the patients, and they are students, and I knew this is what I wanted. I wanted to study here, and it was a lot of work, but I wanted to work and I was going to do my best. So I passed the exam to enter the university, and I started my first semester. And when my first test came, my first biochemistry test, I realized how little I knew, how much I had to read, how much I had to study, and how difficult it was to do it. So I was studying for the test like 2 days before. I was in the library and I decided to go home because it was late. And on the bus on my way home, I just started crying and I couldn't stop because I was, for the first time in my life, stressed. I was preoccupied, I was worried, and I had too much study left. I had too little time to do it, and I just felt like I knew nothing and I was gonna fail the test. So Tuesday came, uh, the test was at 6 p.m. and I entered the classroom. I took the test, I finished it quickly, and then a few days later, I got my results back, and I truly had done well. I had gotten over an 80. So that's when I realized that I had taught myself a lesson that my mother had been trying to teach me for the years before that. And that is that discipline is the most important thing when you're trying to do something, when you're trying to play sport, to study, to learn a new skill. You always have to have discipline. And that's what I had. I had studied, I had attended all my classes, I hadn't missed a single one, and I had read all that I had to read, all the chapters, and I had read it, I had studied well. So when the time came, the test, it was easy for me. So that's my lesson. You have to have discipline always.